Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into one of the most inspiring and fascinating coins of recent years, the 2022 Dr. Sally Ride Quarter. This coin is more than just money. It's a tribute to one of America's greatest heroes, the first American woman to travel into space, Dr. Sally Ride. And believe me, this quarter has become a favorite among collectors everywhere. Now, what makes the 2022 Dr. Sally Ride Quarter so special is not just its design, but the powerful story behind it. This coin was released as part of the American Women Quarters program, honoring trailblazing women who changed history. Dr. Ride wasn't only an astronaut, she was a physicist, a writer, and a fierce advocate for science education. Her quarter captures all of that spirit, and when you hold it, you're literally holding a piece of American history. Take a close look at the design. On one side, you'll see George Washington's portrait, updated with a fresh design that faces right, a modern twist symbolizing new perspectives and progress. On the other side, Dr. Sally Ride appears beside a window of the space shuttle, gazing thoughtfully at Earth, representing her courage and vision for future generations. The fine details of the spacecraft, her calm expression, and the stars engraved in the background make this coin a true masterpiece for anyone who loves both science and art. But let's talk rarity, because that's where things get exciting for collectors. The 2022 Dr. Sally Ride quarters were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While regular circulation coins are common, special proof versions and uncirculated sets are much harder to find. The San Francisco proof coins, especially those in flawless condition, are among the most sought-after versions by collectors today. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting: the errors. Some 2022 Dr. Sally Ride quarters have rare minting mistakes that dramatically increase their value. Collectors have reported double die errors on Dr. Ride's face, extra metal along the edges, and even die cracks that appear like tiny lightning bolts. These unique errors make each coin one of a kind, and serious collectors are always on the hunt for them. Another detail worth noting is the condition of the coin. If your Dr. Sally Ride quarter still shines with its original mint luster, free of scratches or circulation marks, it could be worth far more than face value. Coins graded in mint state by professional services can sell for premium prices, especially if they come from the San Francisco Mint or show unique strike characteristics. This coin has not only become a collectible item but also a symbol of empowerment, curiosity, and discovery. Many coin lovers feel a deep emotional connection to it. After all, it represents the strength and intelligence of women who reached beyond the limits of Earth itself. So if you ever find a 2022 Dr. Sally Ride quarter in your pocket change, don't overlook it. Check the mint mark, inspect for errors, and preserve it carefully. You might be holding something truly special. And now for what you've all been waiting for: the real market value. A regular 2022 Dr. Sally Ride quarter in average condition is worth around its face value, but in pristine mint state or proof condition, especially with rare errors, these coins have sold at auction for up to $500. Some flawless examples have even fetched nearly $1,000 in top grading sales. Top 2, we're diving into one of the most iconic modern U.S. quarters, the 2021 Washington Quarter, better known as the Crossing the Delaware coin. This quarter is more than just change. It's a tribute to one of the most legendary moments in American history, and for collectors, it's become one of the most exciting coins to hunt for in recent years. The 2021 Crossing the Delaware quarter marked a major transition for U.S. coinage. After years of the state quarters and the America the Beautiful series, the mint decided to return to a classic American scene: General George Washington leading his troops across the icy Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. It's an image that symbolizes courage, leadership, and the fight for freedom, beautifully captured on this coin. Take a look at its incredible design. On the obverse side, you'll find Washington's portrait facing left, a familiar look based on the original 1932 design by John Flanagan. But the reverse side is what makes this coin stand out. You can see Washington standing tall, sword in hand, as he commands his troops across the frozen river on that fateful Christmas night of 1776. The level of detail is stunning, the rippling water, the folds of Washington's coat, even the determined expression on his face. It's truly a miniature piece of history right in your pocket, but let's talk about what really gets collectors excited: rarity and errors. The 2021 Crossing the Delaware quarters were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but not all were created equal. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were struck for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins and special collector's editions. Now here's where things get interesting: a few of these coins left the mint with rare and valuable mistakes. Some collectors have found double die errors on Washington's face, extra metal on the sword or coat, and even misaligned strikes that make the image appear shadowed or doubled. There are also coins with die cracks that look like lightning streaks across the river scene, giving them a truly unique appearance. These minting errors are what every coin hunter dreams of finding, because they can turn an ordinary quarter into a serious collector's treasure. Another key factor is condition. Coins that have never entered circulation and still have that original mint shine are called mint state coins, and they're the ones that bring the highest prices at auctions. Even a small difference in grade, like MS-65 versus MS-68, can mean hundreds of dollars in value difference for collectors. Proof coins from San Francisco, especially those with deep cameo contrast, are also highly desirable and often command impressive prices. The 2021 Crossing the Delaware quarter carries special importance because it bridges two eras of American coinage. It closes the chapter of the long-running quarter series and sets the stage for the new American women quarters that began in 2022. That historical significance alone makes it a must-have for anyone who collects modern U.S. coins. Collectors also love this coin because it feels like a throwback to the spirit of classic U.S. coin art. The design, the detail, and the symbolism of bravery and unity make it more than just a piece of metal. It's a reminder of how America was built on determination, sacrifice, and courage, and that's something worth preserving. So, if you ever come across a 2021 Crossing the Delaware quarter, don't just spend it. Check it carefully for errors, check the mint mark, and hold it up to the light. You might have something special in your hands without even knowing it. And now, the part you've all been waiting for, the real market value. A regular 2021 Crossing the Delaware quarter in average condition is usually worth its face value, but uncirculated or error coins have sold for hundreds of dollars. In recent auctions, rare mint state examples and error varieties have fetched between $200 and $800, while the most flawless proof versions have reached nearly $1,000 in value. Top 3, we're diving into one of the most beautiful and meaningful modern U.S. quarters ever made, the 2022 Maya Angelou quarter. This coin isn't just another piece of change, it's a celebration of art, courage, and the voice of a woman who inspired millions. And for collectors, this quarter has already become one of the most sought-after coins from the American Women Quarter series. The Maya Angelou quarter holds a special place in U.S. coin history because it was the first coin ever released under the American Women Quarters program, honoring influential women who made a lasting impact on America's story. Dr. Maya Angelou was a poet, author, and civil rights activist, known around the world for her words that moved generations. Her work, her strength, and her grace made her one of the most respected figures in American history, and now, her legacy shines on this incredible coin. Let's talk about its design, because this is where art meets meaning. On the obverse side, you'll notice a new portrait of George Washington, designed by Laura Garden Fraser back in 1931 but used for the first time in this series. Washington faces right this time, symbolizing a new direction and progress in American history. It's elegant, simple, and full of character. Then flip the coin over, and you'll see Maya Angelou herself, standing with open arms, a bird soaring above her, and rays of sunlight stretching across the background. The image captures her spirit, freedom, creativity, and strength. The design was inspired by her poetry and her belief in hope and resilience. Every detail on this coin tells a story: the rising sun, the movement of the bird, and Maya's confident posture all blend into a powerful symbol of empowerment. Now let's get into the part that collectors love most: rarity and errors. The 2022 Maya Angelou quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but not all versions are equal. Circulating coins from Philadelphia and Denver are found in everyday change, while proof and silver-proof versions from San Francisco are made for collectors and come with stunning mirror-like finishes. The San Francisco versions, especially those graded in perfect condition, are among the most desirable of all, but here's where things get even more exciting: minting errors. Some 2022 Maya Angelou quarters have been discovered with fascinating flaws that make them rare and valuable. Collectors have reported double die obverse errors, extra metal around Maya's hands or face, die chips near the bird, and even coins struck slightly off-center. These small mistakes turn ordinary coins into prized treasures because no two error coins are exactly the same. Another key to value is condition. Coins that remain in mint state, meaning no scratches, no wear, and perfect detail, are what collectors pay top dollar for. A Maya Angelou quarter graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services can bring a serious premium. Proof versions with deep cameo contrast, where the design shines sharply against a mirrored background, are especially popular among dedicated collectors. This coin isn't just about rarity, though, it's also about meaning. The Maya Angelou quarter stands as a symbol of equality, inspiration, and progress. For collectors, owning this coin feels like holding a piece of history, a tribute to a woman whose words changed hearts and minds around the world. It's not just a collectible, it's a reminder of the power of expression and the strength of human spirit. So, if you ever come across a 2022 Maya Angelou quarter in your pocket change, don't spend it. Check the mint mark, inspect it closely for errors, and keep it safe. It might look like just another coin, but it represents something truly special, a blend of art, culture, and value that makes it a must-have for every collector. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the real market value. A regular 2022 Maya Angelou quarter in circulation is worth its face value, but in pristine uncirculated condition, these coins have been selling for between $200 and $500. Rare minting error versions and proof-grade examples have reached auction prices close to $1,000, depending on condition and rarity. Top 4. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating quarters in U.S. history, the 1966 Washington quarter. At first glance, it might look like just another old coin you could find in your pocket change, but trust me, this one hides a story filled with rarity, history, and a few secrets that can make it worth far more than 25 cents. The year 1966 was a unique moment in American coinage. It came right after one of the biggest changes in U.S. mint history, the removal of silver from our circulating coins. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver, but by 1965, the government had switched to a copper-nickel composition due to rising silver prices and nationwide coin shortages. The 1966 quarter continued this new tradition, and because of that transition, it's one of the most interesting coins of the 1960s. This quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington on the front, designed by John Flanagan, a design that collectors know and love. The back shows the bold image of an American eagle with its wings spread proudly, clutching arrows and olive branches, a timeless symbol of strength and peace. But even though it looks simple, the 1966 quarter tells a much deeper story. You see, during this period, the U.S. Mint stopped putting mint marks on coins entirely, which means you won't find a P, D, or S anywhere on your 1966 quarter. This was done to discourage people from hoarding coins by mint location, since many Americans were collecting them out of circulation. That's why every 1966 quarter looks like it came from the same place, making it both mysterious and collectible in its own right. Now let's talk about what truly excites coin collectors: rarity and errors. While millions of 1966 quarters were minted, a few special ones stand out because of mistakes that happened during production. Some have double die errors, where Washington's face or lettering appears slightly doubled. Others have off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or shifted to the side, creating a dramatic and rare look. Another fascinating variety is the clipped planchet error, where a piece of the coin's edge is literally missing because of a cutting mistake at the mint. And then there are the elusive transitional errors, where a few rare 1966 quarters may have been struck on leftover 1964 silver planchets by accident. These are the true treasures that can be worth a fortune today. collectors also value the 1966 quarter because of its historical significance. It's part of a short era of no mint mark coins from 1965 to 1967. These coins marked a transitional time when the mint was experimenting with new materials and new processes, and that makes them a special snapshot of American coinage evolution. Condition is another huge factor in determining value. A 1966 quarter that's been well circulated might look dull and worn, but one that's been preserved in perfect condition, called mint state, can be worth much more. The higher the grade, the higher the value, especially if the coin still has that bright, original luster. Proof-like coins or those struck with strong details are even more prized. Some collectors have also found coins with unusual toning, natural color changes over time, that make each piece unique and visually stunning. Every coin tells its own story, and the 1966 quarter is no exception. It's amazing to think that a coin from over half a century ago could still surprise people today. Whether it's because of its historical background, its striking design, or the thrill of discovering a rare error, the 1966 Washington quarter has earned a special place in the hearts of coin enthusiasts. It's a reminder that even everyday coins can carry hidden value and untold stories just waiting to be discovered. Now, for the part you've been waiting for, the real market value. A regular 1966 Washington quarter in circulated condition is usually worth its face value, but if you have one in uncirculated or mint state condition, it can sell for between $50 and $100. However, rare error coins, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or silver transitional errors, have sold at auctions for as much as $500 to several $1,000 depending on condition and rarity. So before you spend that old 1966 quarter, take a closer look at it. You might just be holding a hidden piece of American history worth far more than you think. Top 5, and last rare coin. We're traveling back to the late 1970s to uncover the secrets of one of America's most intriguing coins, the 1977 Washington quarter. At first glance, it might look like any other quarter you've spent hundreds of times, but this coin hides some surprising details, fascinating errors, and rare varieties that can make it worth much more than just 25 cents. So, coin lovers, stay tuned till the very end. You won't believe how valuable this coin can be. The 1977 quarter is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, first introduced in 1932. By the time 1977 rolled around, the coin had already been circulating for over 4 decades, becoming one of the most recognized coins in America. But the late 1970s were a time of economic change, inflation, and shifting minting technologies, and that makes this particular year stand out to collectors. Let's start with the design. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan. His sharp, proud profile and the word "Liberty" above his head remind us of America's enduring ideals. Below his chin sits the date, 1977, and the national motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, the majestic American eagle spreads its wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, a timeless image symbolizing strength and peace. Even though it's a simple design, there's a beauty and strength in its detail that keeps collectors fascinated to this day. The 1977 quarters were struck at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while the Denver mint coins feature a small D, and the San Francisco mint coins carry an S. The San Francisco coins are special because they were proof issues, made with mirror-like finishes for collectors and never meant for circulation. Finding one of those proof coins still in pristine condition is a real treat for numismatists. Now, let's get into the real excitement, the errors and varieties that can make a 1977 quarter incredibly valuable. While millions of these coins were minted, a handful came out with unusual mistakes that collectors are always hunting for. One of the most popular is the double die obverse, where Washington's profile, the date, or the lettering looks slightly doubled under magnification. These coins are rare and immediately attract attention. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the coin was struck slightly off alignment. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some collectors have even found clipped planchet errors, where a small curved portion of the coin is missing from the edge, creating a very distinctive look. There's also the elusive transitional planchet error, where a few coins might have been struck on leftover metal stock from previous years. These are extremely rare and can bring big money when authenticated by professional grading companies. Condition plays a major role in determining value too. Most 1977 quarters were heavily circulated, meaning they've got scratches, dull surfaces, or worn details. But those few coins that escaped into private collections or mint sets and have survived in perfect, uncirculated condition are the ones collectors chase after. Coins graded in high mint state, especially MS67 or above, can command incredible prices. Proof coins with strong contrast between frosted designs and mirror backgrounds, known as deep cameo proofs, are also highly desirable. What's especially interesting about the 1977 quarter is that it represents the tail end of an era, the last years before major design and minting updates in the 1980s. It captures that classic style of American coinage, a reminder of how craftsmanship and tradition defined our nation's currency for generations. Many collectors see this coin as one of the last examples of the original Washington design before the modern era took over. So, if you've got a 1977 quarter lying around, take a closer look. Check for errors, inspect the mint mark, and see if it still has that beautiful original shine. Even a small detail could mean you're holding something special without realizing it. And now for the moment everyone's been waiting for, the real market value. A regular 1977 Washington quarter in circulated condition is generally worth its face value, but if you've got one in mint state or proof condition, it can be worth between $50 and $100. However, rare mint errors, double dies, or off-center strikes have sold in auctions for several $100s, and some exceptional examples have reached as high as $1,000 depending on rarity and grade. So before you spend that old 1977 quarter, take a moment to really examine it, because one tiny mint error or perfect condition could turn it into a valuable collector's item. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this historic and fascinating coin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next coin discovery. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, the next valuable treasure might be hiding right in your pocket change.